Hey guys, so if you look at this question, are you sure that you're going to get 13 out of 13 here? Let's look at it. The sketch below shows the graph of f and g. The graph of f of x is 1 divided by x minus 1. That is a hyperbolic function. And g of x, which is ax plus q, that is a linear function or a straight line graph. And then it says the points A and B lie on the graph of G. The two graphs intersect at C and D. Then line BE is parallel to the y-axis with E on F, on the graph of F. Okay, fine. So let's look, guys, at 5.1. 5.1. I'm actually use a white color. 5.1, show that A is 2 and Q is negative 2. Where is that coming from? It is coming from G of X, right? So G of X, which is a straight line graph, is AX plus Q. So we need to show that A is equals to 2 and Q is equals to negative 2. And then what is A here? So this is similar to Y is equals to MX plus C. So A is M, right? Or rather, A is the gradient. Okay, and then the gradient, what is the gradient? Is the change in the y divided by the change in the x, right? So in order for us to find gradient, we need two coordinates that are on G of x. And we actually do have two coordinates, A here and B. So what is A is negative 1 and negative 4. And B here is 3 and 4. Okay, so now we are finding A. So this is the change in the y simply means the difference, right? It can be YA minus YB divided by XA minus XB, right? Also, guys, this is the same as YB minus YA divided by XB minus XA, right? So you can, use any of these two formulas, you will get the same answer. So now let's find the gradient. Let's actually use this one over here. So YA is negative 4 minus YB is 4 divided by XA is negative 1 minus XB, that is 3. Okay, then you've got minus 8 divided by minus 4. So what does this equals to? Grab your calculator. This equals to 2. And A equals to 2. Right? So now our G of X is equals to 2x plus Q. You see now we have shown or found our A that it equals to 2. So now it's time to find Q, or to actually prove that Q is negative 2. And remember, guys, that Q is the y-intercept. So in order for us to find Q, we can substitute either coordinate A or coordinate B. Whichever one is going to give you the same answer. Let us actually substitute A. Substitute A. So the reason we're doing that is to find Q. And remember, G of X is the same as Y, guys, right? So A is negative 1 and negative 4. So this is going to be negative 4 in the place of G of X is equals to 2 times negative 1 in the place of X plus Q. Okay, and then this is going to be negative 4 is equals to negative 2 plus Q. Then now we are going to find out that our Q equals to negative 4. If we take these two across, or we add 2 on both sides, plus 2. This is q is equals to negative 2. So we have proven that, or other shown, that a is equals to 2 and q is equals to negative 2. Second question, determine the values of x for which f of x is equals to g of x. Okay, so this is question number 5.2. So the values of x, when f of x is equals to g of x. So the values of x when f of x is g of x. So at this point, guys, we are just going to equate the two functions that we have. F of x is 1 divided by x minus 1. What is g of x? There is g of x over here. But now, in full, it's going to be 2x minus 2, when we substitute q there. So this is 2x minus 2. Then over here, we just solve for x, in order for us to eliminate these fractions, we're going to multiply it by x. And then 1 over x times x, that is 1, minus 1 times x, that is x, is equals to 2x times x, that is 2x squared, minus 2 times x, that is minus 2x. So now we're going to have 2x squared. We bring this minus x across, then that's going to be minus x. We bring this positive 1 across, that's going to be minus 1. So all of this is equals to 0. So now we are back at question 1.1.1, guys, where we need to factorize, right? This equals to 0. So it's just going to be 2x here and x. We need the factors of 1. The factors of 1 such that if we multiply them, we are going to get negative 1. If we add them, we are going to get negative 1 over here. Just take note, though, that we've got 2x over here, right? So let us check. So we're going to need positive 1 and negative 1. So negative 1 plus 1. So 2x times x. 2x. Okay, let me do this. So 2x times x, that is 2x squared. 2x times minus 1, that is minus 2x. And then 1 times x, that is x. So minus 2x plus x, that is minus x. And then now 1 times negative 1, that is negative 1. So we actually got what we're looking for. And if this gave us maybe positive x over here, we're just going to have to swap the signs, right? Okay, so let's solve this. This is going to be 2x plus 1 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0. And then now over here, 2x is equals to minus 1, or x is equals to 1. This is the first x value where f of x equals to g of x. Then we solve for x. So here x is going to equals to minus 1. We divide by 2. So x is equals to negative 1 over 2. So what does this mean? It means that at x is equals to negative a half and x is equals to 1, the two graphs are equal to each other. So let's see. So it means that at this point, at this point, and this point, one of the x coordinate at C here, obviously it has got to be negative 1, and then at D it has got to be 1. Okay, fine, let's continue. 5.3. For what values of x is g of x greater than f of x? Okay, these are these type of questions where people normally struggle to, to tackle, but we got this. So g of x is the straight line. So if you can look, f of x is the hyperbola from here, right? And as we go further up, we can see that g of x is greater than f of x, right? And also, from here, at this point, and go up, we can see that g of x is greater than f of x. Just take note though, let me actually put this in red. Just take note though that this y-axis is the asymptote. So the graph cannot touch that, the f of x graph. So how do we answer this question? Where is f of x, so the g of x greater than f of x? So when x, the values of x, right? When x is greater or equals to a half, negative half, so this is negative half over here, right? But, sorry, and less than 0. 0 is the line that I've dotted red over here. Or it is also, g of x is also greater than f of x when x is greater or equals to 1. You know, I trust you guys can see that. So this is 1. When x is greater or equals to 1, g of x is greater or equals to f of x. So you would get your 3 marks for this. Then 5.4, so this is 5.3. So 5.4 here, if we need to calculate BE. So let's look at BE, guys. BE is this line over here. So this is BE. So we need to calculate the length of BE. And we know for a fact that from here, which is the x-axis, to here, it is 4 units. So here it's 4 units, right? But now, what about this piece over here? So we're going to find this piece by actually finding out as to what is the value of f at this point. Then we're going to know how far this has went down from the x-axis, right? Okay, let's actually do it over here. 5.4. So we need to find the f at x is equals to 3. How do I know that x equals to 3? It is because this line is vertical and the y value here will actually, the y value at E will correspond to the x value that equals to 3. So f of 3 is 1 over x. X is 3 minus 1. This is the same as 1 over 3 minus 3 over 3. You can also do it in your calculator. So it's minus 2 over 3. So now, to determine the length of BE, here we have got 4 units, right? We're going to add now. We are speaking now of magnitudes. We are going to add 2 over 3, which is that piece that went just below the x-axis, you know? And then we're going to find our answer. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Another way we could do that, this is a vertical line. So we can take it from B, the y value at B is 4. And then at E, the y value at E is negative 2 over 3. So it can be 4 minus the y value at E. Let me just write that down. Or 4 minus the y value at E, it's minus 2 over 3, which is the same as 4 minus times minus, it's positive 2 over 3. Okay, so let's just do this now. 4 can also be expressed as 12 over 3. You can do it in your calculator, guys. You know, this is 14 over 3. So this is the length of BE, 14 over 3 units. The last question is 5.5. 5.5, it says, write down the equation of h if h of x is f of x plus 3. So this is, one of those easy questions, guys. H of x, you are given what h of x is. So h of x is f of x plus 3. What is f of x? F of x is 1 divided by x minus 1. So in all of this, you need to add 3 to get h of x. So finally, this is 1 over x minus 1 plus 3. That's plus 2 over there. That's it. You've got your h of x. Do stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your day.